Alright, Brainiacs, buckle up because it's about to get funky. I'm Hugo the Honey Badger. Buzzed and ready, paws on the mic, and my tail is wagging with wow. Ever wondered who could arm wrestle a bear and win? Okay, maybe not a real bear, but like a super strong human one. Speaking of strong folks, get a load of this, folks. Topic reveal time. Ronda Rousey, Trailblazer, Judo Ninja, MMA Storm, and WWE Superstar. No guts, no glory. This legend made history in more than one ring. Quick setup so it's perfectly clear. Judo is a grappling sport from Japan where you throw, hold, and sometimes lock a joint to make someone tap. MMA, mixed martial arts, is like a big skill smoothie with punching, kicking, wrestling, and jiu-jitsu. WWE is pro wrestling, larger than life characters, stories, flips, and slams. It's a show with serious athletic moves. Ronda started judo at age 11 with her mom, Anne-Maria DeMars. Her mom wasn't just tough, she was the first American to win a judo world championship. Whoa, talk about family superpowers. Morning arm bars at home. Yep, imagine wake-up calls like, good morning, now defend your elbow. Honey Badger approved training, for real. As a kid, Ronda had trouble speaking, a thing called apraxia. Her family moved so she could get special help. She worked hard, kept going, and got stronger. That's big-time courage, like a little cub learning to roar. Stay curious, little one. Judo journey, she zoomed up the ranks. At 17, she was in the 2004 Olympics, and at the 2008 Beijing Olympics, she won bronze. That made her the first American woman to win an official Olympic medal in judo. Tail wag moment. That medal shines like a sunrise on the savannah. Then she switched lanes. Okay, switching rivers from judo to MMA, and whoa, the armbar thunder rolled in. She won fight after fight in seconds, like honey badgers grabbing snacks. Chomp, done. Her favorite move, the armbar, is when you catch an arm and, well, straighten the elbow until your opponent taps. Safety first, tap early, live to fight another day. Historic alert, she became the first woman signed by the UFC, the big leagues of MMA, and the very first UFC women's bantamweight champion at 135 pounds. She defended that title 6 times. Fast, fierce, focused. She even headlined UFC 157, the first women's fight in UFC history. Talk about front of the pack. Her style was slick. Punch just enough to get close, then boom. A judo throw, landing control, snatch the arm, tap, tap. A lights out strategy. It was like watching a cheetah plan the pounce. Efficient, elegant, and whoosh over before you blink. And now hold onto your fur. This next bit is bonkers. The Sarah D'Alelio moment in Strikeforce. Ronda caught an armbar and the ref stopped it because he believed he heard a verbal tap. Some said it sounded like a yell, not the word tap. Either way, the rule says shouting when you're stuck can count as a tap. Refs must protect fighters, safety is king. It was a spicy debate, but hey, sports can be perplexing, right? Sometimes calls are close like a meerkat squeeze. But she wasn't only about submissions. Ronda added striking power and finished fights with knees and punches. Think Sarah McMahon, Alexis Davis, Bethe Correia. Boom, boom, quick as lightning over dry grass. Dude, that speed was wild and crazy. She had tough nights too. That happens in any jungle. Losses to new champions can flip the story, but she kept going. Serious heart. Later, she entered the UFC Hall of Fame as the first woman ever. Talk about a legacy carved in stone, or, in shiny plaques. Speaking of rings, WWE time. She stepped into sports entertainment like a comet, debuting at WrestleMania with Kurt Angle, Armbar City. Then she won the Raw Women's Championship and later the SmackDown Women's Championship. Plus the women's tag team titles with Shayna Baszler. That made her a women's Triple Crown champion. Hakuna Matata, but like cooler. Major milestones. She headlined WWE Evolution, the first all-women pay-per-view, and even main evented WrestleMania 35 with Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. Remember, she also headlined in UFC. She is the only woman to be a champion and a pay-per-view headliner in both UFC and WWE. That's double Apex Predator status. Oh, the nickname Rowdy. She got a blessing from the legendary Roddy Piper to use it, and later even wore his jacket during a big WWE moment. That's like borrowing a lion's mane and respect and roar together. Cultural impact check. Because she shone so bright, more girls and boys tuned in, more gyms opened doors, and more main events trusted women to headline. Doors didn't just open, they flew off the hinges. Fox Sports called her one of the defining athletes of the 21st century. That is top shelf honey. And her roots, a mix of backgrounds including Venezuelan and Trinidadian family history with a great-grandfather, Alfred Waddell, who became one of the first black physicians in North America. Trailblazing runs in the family. That's a family tree with rocket boosters. Here's my honey badger hot take. Ronda's fastest wins are like snack time in my burrow. Quick grab, quick crunch, done. She'd use strikes to set the trap, toss with judo, lock the arm, and finish before the popcorn pops. Efficiency like an ant highway, tiny steps, big move. And now the storybook twist. After retiring from MMA and conquering wrestling, she did a one-off MMA return in 2026, faced Gina Carano, another pioneer, and won by armbar in 17 seconds. Then she said, that's it, back to family focus. Curtain closed, bow taken, legend sealed. If you want a peek inside her brain, check out her autobiography, My Fight, Your Fight. Simple title, big lessons, grit, goals, and going again. Time for a beehive of knowledge. Big picture, from a kid working through speech apraxia to Olympic bronze, to first woman signed by the UFC with 6 defenses and super fast finishes, then to WWE main events and multiple championships, and that unique history as the only woman to be champ and a headline act in both UFC and WWE. That journey is like crossing the whole savannah. Rivers, rocks, storms, and still dancing at sunset. And now I'm daydreaming about another legend from a totally different kind of ring. Maybe not gloves and cages, maybe ropes and bells, or ooh, maybe a track that goes zoom. Stay tuned in the jungle of my mind. And that's the tail end of that tale. For real, give yourself a tail wagging high five. Till next time, stay wild and wonderful.